I've always been very interested in learning more about why are we here? What is the meaning of life? And because of that, I tend to read a lot of books that have religious themes or religious tones to them. I'm currently reading The Perennial Philosophy by Aldous Huxley, this idea that there are universal truths within a number of the major religious traditions. In this book, Huxley looks at Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Christian mysticism, and Islam, and talks about a number of themes or ideas that are universal in all of these religious traditions. Yesterday, I read chapter 6, Mortification, Non-Attachment, Right Livelihood. A lot of us are looking for meaning or purpose in life. Part of the issue is that we as human beings are very separate from God, and that has created this anxiety, this fear, this loneliness that we can't fill. And Huxley says that within the idea of the perennial philosophy, one needs to mortify ourselves, give up our own wishes and desires, and be completely unified with God's will for our life, and we will feel a sense of fulfillment and understand why we are here. Another chapter I've really enjoyed is chapter 9, which looks at self-knowledge. And this chapter argues that in order to really express or exhibit true humility, we have to be aware of ourselves, of our flaws, and it's once we are aware of our flaws, which obviously all of us have, that we will be able to finally exhibit true humility. The final chapter that I want to just quickly talk about is a chapter on idolatry. He talks about making technology an idol. He talks about political idols. This idea of a utopia, a perfect society that will solve all our economic and social issues, and an overarching focus or dedicating one's life to that, he considers to be an idol. And then he talks about this idea of moral idols. He said that the moralists commit idolatry as they worship not God, but their own ethical ideas. They treat virtue as an end in itself and not as the necessary condition of the knowledge and love of God. I know there are critiques of the perennial philosophy, so once I finish, I definitely will look into that. But if anyone has read this or has any comments, I would love to hear from you.